Okay, uh, we will today learn about the interview technique as is practiced in the services selection boards. Right? There are three forms of testing, as you've been told. One is the interview technique, second is the psychology technique, and third is the groundwork, which is called the GTO technique. Okay? Ground testing officer is the full form of the GTO. Okay. Now, all three techniques are akin to each other, they are quite alike, but they test different portions of your brain, your thinking, your emotional quotient, etc. is all tested by different techniques in these three forms of tests. All right? But in every form of test, the same 15 officer-like qualities are being checked in you. Whether you have it in you or you don't have it in you. Do you remember there was a slogan earlier, do you have it in you?
Yes, sir.
You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So now, do you have it in you or you don't have it in you is being tested by the selection centers or the services selection boards, and the recommendation made accordingly. Now, it is not necessary that you all have all qualities or you have only some qualities or part qualities and all that. And if you are missing with some qualities, it doesn't mean that you'll get rejected. No. Okay. There are some qualities which are ingrained into you, and there are others which can be trained, where you can be trained. And these are all highly dynamic qualities which can be made up. You may not have it today, but you can train yourself and acquire these qualities. But there are certain habits which have been formed over the years by virtue of your schooling, by virtue of your interaction at home, by virtue of your friends interacting with you, the influences that they have had, right? Those manifestations, whatever that is, that comes before you, if it is not correctable by training, then you would not get chance to get selected. Okay, so at times you will hear many people saying, I did so well, I did extremely well, and I am super qualified, intelligent, my teacher grades me very well, but still the SSB doesn't take me. Right? No reason it doesn't take you is because you form certain ingrained attitudes into you that training will not help. Let's say integrity, honesty, and these types of ingrained qualities, which if you show your manifestations to the interviewing officer or to the GTO or to the psychologist when you're doing a written paper, then you don't stand much chance. So what you need to guard against is be truthful to yourself when you're either facing any of the three techniques. Okay? Being truthful to yourself, that means don't try and cook up things. If you've not had picnics in your life, don't try and create a picnic just because you've been told in the training institution. Okay? That will not help you. But if you've actually been a football player and you don't display the qualities of being a football player, don't have thorough knowledge about it, then you will not find favor with the interviewing officers. Okay? But whatever you know, be truthful. And otherwise, if you don't know it, say so. Right? I will go over these 15 officer-like qualities which are being assessed, which you are being assessed for. Okay? And these qualities are divided into 4 factors. Right? These 15 qualities are divided into 4 factors. Factor 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And broadly, factor 1 deals with the planning and organization. That is, are you well planned in your past, academics, in your life, at home, with your friends? If you want to do something, do you plan it well or just haphazardly go and attempt it? Okay? And second thing is organization. This is factor 1, most important. Planning and organization. You should be able to plan it and then organize it in a very logical method. You can't put a cart before the horse and say, why is it not moving? Okay. So you organize it in such a way that the horse is always pulling the cart. Right? Then comes factor 2. I'm just giving you an introduction of these factors. Right? Then comes factor 2. Factor 2 is social adjustment. These social adjustments, they come from the feelings of the heart. Factor 1 is totally with your head, okay, because you plan it in your head, you organize it in your head, how do you want a thing to be laid out, that's totally with your head. Now, second is the social adjustment is totally from the heart. How do you adjust yourself to a crowd which is not of your liking or not truly of your, in a well-developed class of the same kind or same nature, you will adjust very well. So there's no adjustment involved. But in the army or in the services, whether it's Navy, Air Force, whatever, you have various types of strata of people. How do you adjust with them? Do you mingle with them or do you remain aloof and you want to show your complexes to them? Right? So this is the second factor which is tested from your in all the three techniques. Right? Then third is the social effectiveness. How effective are you when you're dealing in a crowd? When do you have good convincing ability? You say, look, all of us must prepare well for our SSB. One of them says, this is no profession to go to, or this is no route to follow. Now, how convincing are you to tell him or her to follow what you're saying, to follow you in person? Okay, that shows leadership qualities, convincing, power of convincing. Are you a follower or are you a leader? This will be tested by your third, social effectiveness. Fourth is the dynamic quality. Dynamic has got everything that is trainable. Stamina. You've not been running 2 miles every day at the moment. But you want to run 2 miles a day. Okay? You want to build up your stamina, which the academies will make sure that you build up your stamina. They will train you, they'll build your muscles, build your lung power so that you can undertake all those tasks. You would notice that in certain gallantry actions, people have the courage to go and put their life at stake. Okay? And they display good leadership qualities so that the led follow them and then they achieve success in their mission. Right? How does that come? Because they've got good dynamic quality. They can lead well, they can set an example and reach all those heights which you must have seen in the Kargil war and things like that now. Everything is filmed now and it's all available on various mediums. So, basically these are the 4 qualities on which you're going to be gauged or tested. It is not necessary that you have all the 12, all the 15 qualities. No, not necessary. And in some measure, somebody may be, far ahead of the others. Doesn't matter. It is not when you go for an obstacle course in your GTO and task, and you find that I had been helping him all along. He has got through, but I haven't got through. These kinds of talks you will come across at the end of your interview. And this is because you had cooperation, you had all the qualities desired, but in some other qualities where your brain was to be used, you were using more brawn. You understand the difference between brain and brawn? Brawn is pure force. Brain is what you use here. Okay? So instead of using your brain, if you're using force and brawn, you might spoil things rather than getting them to a successful point. Okay? So just be watchful and mindful of basically these 15 qualities, these 4 factors which I have told you. Now, we would be doing some interviews after this, where one of you will be sitting in front of me and I will conduct those interviews. What you need to be mindful, or you should be mindful of showing that or displaying. Basically, you got to win the mind of the interviewing officer. How do you do that? You got to bring him to your arena of work. You are fond of maths. You are fond of physics. You got to bring him into your field and not fall on his field. If you are able to bring him into the conversation which interests you, you have won the battle. Basic interview, it says interviewing officer should do only 20% of talking and you should do 80% of talking. But if you feel that your interview, you're only talking 20% and the interviewing officer is explaining to you 80% of the time, then it is not a good interview. Okay, so watchful, mindful of few of these nuances. One is draw the interviewing officer into your arena of likes and what you like in life. He should be able to cover that. And second is that you convince him of your strengths and say that you're working on your weaknesses. Okay? And there's nobody in the world who does not have weaknesses. Right? But it is how you are working on them, how you're aware of them, and you're trying to sort of overcome these weaknesses. That is what is interesting or important. Right? Okay. So let's, after this, we will have one by one, each one of you coming for an interview with me. Okay? So anything you want to ask me before we start that? Anything. Don't be reactive. Don't say suddenly jawab dena hai. No, you can take your time. Nobody is expecting a lightning answer from you, particularly when it's not well thought of. Think of it in your mind, in your brain, and then come up with a logical answer. The moment you display a logical answer, logical sequence of your answer, that will show that your brain and your mind is already organized, that the sequence is falling into place. Suddenly अगर जवाब दे दिया, अपना 12वीं क्लास का पहले बताना शुरू कर दिया, फिर 9th में चले गए, 8th में चले गए, उसमें you will show that you are not organized, you are disorganized. Okay?